after having bent and rolled a piece of cardboard with the help of a bottle, we've got a shape like this. Let's continue. Because we have counted that 27 centimeters is enough for us, I'm going to measure 27 centimeters from one side and cut it neatly. As for the second half, we are going to adjust it. Now we are going to stick the border to the frame, starting from the center. I've covered the edges with dragon glue thoroughly. One layer of cardboard is enough there, while here we need a double bottom. I make the lower bottom double for the following purpose: to enlarge the area of sticking the bordering cardboard with the bottom, in order to fix them stronger to each other. Well, maybe a single layer would be enough, but I personally believe it is more reliable this way. It is not going to come off, and besides it's just much easier gluing this way when the touch area is much bigger. Now again, with the help of my family or friends, I place the frame, put the border here. Lena is holding it strongly. Now we turn round our frame and stick. That's all. Now let it dry out a little and we'll continue with the second half. It is smooth and nice looking. We are going to fix everything with sticky tape afterwards. So far we just need the foam to get stuck firmly enough. You can put it sideways. Let's press and hold it for a while. Dragon is fast drying glue. As well, I'd like to share the secret of the caps I use for making the caps for caskets. I have no special cover for pots or frying pans I can use, so I have to make the basic form by myself. I have made a round one and an oval one. What do we need them for? Here is a bucket I make my articles based on. I have adjusted the cap to the bottom. And when I need to make a bread basket or an oval casket with a bulged top, I place this form on top, fix it with sticky tape in several points and start weaving. You can make a bottom woven or a cardboard decoupaged one up to your liking. How have I made these forms? If I'm not mistaken, here I've cut 4 ovals of thick corrugated cardboard, while for this one I've cut 3 circles of thin cardboard, because I didn't want it bulged too much. So you have to unite all the 3 circles in such a way to make their centers coincide. Then stick them together with dragon glue. Then take the excessive layers of napkins for decoupage, dip them into school glue mixed with water, or sometimes I just cover them with glue with the help of a brush, and place these napkins between the circles. Then I spread glue thoroughly over. It is evident that if there are any unsmooth places, they won't interfere, because newspaper tubes do have some volume. As a result, you get a form like this, and you can weave based on it. It's very convenient. So we have stuck the cardboard border to the frame and fixed it at several levels. Here into the hollow we have placed a little bottle to press it well enough too. And here, as you can see, our form connects well enough. We have cut the excessive where necessary. When it is dry out, you can stick joint with glue, or I personally prefer to use sticky tape for this purpose. So far, until it gets dried and fixed, you can take care of the bottom. You can see where the bottom is not stuck well enough, so now we are going to fix it with the help of sticky tape. So let's adjust sticky tape along the whole perimeter of the bottom. So what else to add? Our base form is nearly finished. There is a subtle nuance left. I draw a horizontal line on my every form for the future rows of newspaper tubes to be leveled. Here I have additionally marked that it is 10 centimeters high. So I draw a line along the whole perimeter with the help of a soft tip pen. It draws perfectly on sticky tape. As for this form, besides 2 horizontal lines, I have drawn a few vertical ones for the vertical post to stay straight up. I used a triangle for this purpose. I find this to be very useful. If some of you master the technique of weaving so perfectly that you don't need any additional crutches, that's okay. You see my marks, 15-20 centimeters. So, as you see, I've already taken all the ribbons out of the form. It has already gotten stuck. Now we are fixing the bottom still stronger to the frame. In order to make the angle sharper, I stick skewer to it. This form is 6 angled, so I've stuck skewers to all the 6 angles. While weaving, I necessarily put a tube at this point. The same as here, I'm going to put a tube vertically at the angle and weave. Here, as we have planned to, unlike the previous form, we have made the hollow not too deep. And the form itself is much smaller. If you compare it with the source I have based on, here the hollow is still less expressed. So the shape is good enough. As for the height of the caskets, of course we are not going to make them that high. We have made the form so high because while weaving we are going to put some weight inside to prevent it from moving. I use packs of sand for this purpose. If sand is not enough, I will add a kettlebell on top. Our form is strong and rigid, you can press it as strongly as you need. And we weave up to required height. As for this form, it is not rounded, so I've done without any stiffening ribs because it is much simpler. What I've done here, there is a double bottom here as well, so we place as much weight as we need to inside. And I have made a cap of the corresponding shape, so I place it inside as well on top of my weight. Actually, we've got the seam result. We can press the base as strongly as we need to as well. You have seen the caskets woven based on this form. I do not presuppose it to be high, but I've strengthened the form with inside stiffening ribs as well as a heart-shaped one. This one works in the same way as a 6-angled one. We put weight inside and place a cover on top. And here is one more form, a big one for clothes baskets. Let's have a look at it. I haven't even stuck the pieces together. The double bottom consists of one layer of corrugated cardboard and former packing of I don't remember what exactly. Here are my stiffening ribs. Here is the upper bottom unglued. Now we put a weight on top. And if you need a higher article, you put a cover on the very top. If you need a still higher basket, you can lift the top after having woven up to this level. Actually, that's all. If any of you make use of my ideas, I'll be very glad. I'd like to say that I often have to make many articles of identical shape. If you have to weave a single article of a definite shape, then there is probably no need bothering yourself like this. But if you need many of them, a form like this will be very helpful. Now it's clear that everything has gotten fixed here. Besides, there is an additional bottom of the same shape. It can serve as a stencil. I just outline it, stick whatever required, put the form on and start weaving. As for the top for the casket, you can use an identical one, or you can make it a little smaller and twine around a few additional rows for the top of the casket. It's up to you. That's all. Thank you for your attention. If there are any proposals or comments you have, we'll be thankful for sharing them. All the best to you.